So the next question, how can the legislature open opportunities for parents who desire options in education, in particular those that are financially strapped, to choose something other than public school?
School choice is one of my priorities. Unfortunately, the best school choice bill of the session failed in committee in the House by 1 vote. We have work to do on that. We can get it done, I think. And elections matter. So electing good conservative legislators in this primary and in this fall will give us the opportunity to bring others along and help us achieve school choice in Idaho. The importance of school choice is this, is that if education, for whatever reason, isn't working as best as it can for your child, it would be better to have the money be able to follow the child to the best education opportunities. Now, I know that might be worrisome for some of the big power players in public education, but there need not be worried. Because where school choice has been tried, it has done well. Public schools have actually done better under a school choice scenario. Teachers do better because they have schools competing for their good services, and students have also done better. So having the money follow the child, I think, is especially important when we're spending so much money on education, so that it's about the kids, to get the best education they can. And go for it, yeah. One other point on this is right now we are seeing a culture war. Kids are being barraged with an overly sexualized agenda from the left. It's creeping into curriculum, it's creeping into universities, and if it is coming into schools, it's happening in Idaho. To say it's not is just to ignore the evidence. I've talked with parents, I've gotten letters from parents, heartbreaking accounts of what is going on with their kids in classrooms, both at the university level and K-12 level. And if that is happening, and there's not a mechanism or a will within the legislature and public school system to fix it, school choice is absolutely essential so that parents can get their kids in a situation that doesn't undermine their values. School choice is absolutely important.
Ms. Raybould, so in your opinion, how can the legislature open up opportunities for parents who desire options in education, in particular those that are financially strapped, to choose something other than public school?
So under Idaho's Constitution, one of the legislature's prime responsibilities is to fund and ensure that there is a public and uniform school system within the state. Now, I understand that there are frustrations amongst individual parents and families with the education that their children are receiving. But within our community, I look as an example at what's going on in Madison School District and in Sugar-Salem School District. And over the last few months, I've had the opportunity to attend their board meetings and to listen to what they're talking about in terms of their concerns. And every single time I've gone to a meeting, they have had open on their agenda the opportunity for parents, for patrons to come in and talk to them. The number of parents who have attended those meetings with concerns about what's going on in our school district, none. I think that says something about the quality of representation that we have on our local school boards and the fact that patrons and parents feel like they're being listened to, either in the course of their engagement with their student or with their children's teachers or with local administrators. So I don't believe we should paint a brush in terms of implying that there is something bad going on in our local school districts in any way. I believe we are being well served by those who are both our teachers and our administrators and those who are serving on our local school boards. As far as access to education options outside of the traditional public school setting, I believe during the last legislative session they passed the Empowering Parents Act, which set aside funds that parents can apply for to help them be able to pursue additional education services and support for their students if they believe there is a need outside of the traditional public school network. I believe we should look at other support mechanisms in place that allow parents to support additional resources for their students, because going through that process doesn't undermine the constitutional responsibility that we have as a legislature for our public schools. Ultimately, I believe everyone, regardless of their position on this issue, cares about students, cares about supporting parents, and believes our teachers are doing the best they can in often difficult conditions. Not every child shows up into the classroom well fed. Not every child shows up having had a safe place to sleep the night before. And educators are doing their best in a classroom setting to meet the needs of a diverse population. So I believe we should be doing our part as a legislature to ensure that those educators have the resources they need to deal with those students, no matter what conditions they may find themselves in, so that they can achieve an education that sets them up to be successful later in life.